Thank you to all of our guests here today as well. I walked in the room and I was incredibly impressed by having so many just wonderful, strong women entrepreneurs. So thank you for joining us. And I also want to welcome the Association of Women's Business Centers, and thanks for all the work that you are doing. And it's incredibly important that you're out there supporting women all across our great United States. And a special shout out to TJ Daniels of the Iowa Women's Business Center, who is also with us. Who is with us here today. So thank you so much. And today we will examine ways to help women-owned small businesses succeed. There are more than 12 million women small business owners contributing $2.1 trillion in total sales to our national economy. While women entrepreneurs are creating jobs and igniting local economies, according to the National Federation of Independent Business, the Small Business Optimism Index remains below the 49-year average for the 18th consecutive month. Inflation and rising interest rates are top concerns. Unfortunately, small businesses continue to suffer under Bidenomics. Despite the White House attempting to paint an optimistic view of the economy, small business owners aren't buying the narrative. President Biden has issued nearly $360 billion in new regulatory costs on our small businesses. Rather than focusing their time and energy on strengthening and growing their small businesses, many have to spend time figuring out how to comply with burdensome government regulations. In an effort to address this, I'm working on the Prove It Act to ensure small businesses have a voice in federal agencies' rulemaking process. Another challenge I hear from businesses and families is the lack of access to affordable, quality child care options. In Iowa, 53,000 women have left the workforce since 2020 due to lack of child care options. While our legislature and Republican Governor Kim Reynolds have made progress, there's much more work to be done, specifically at the federal level. That's why I'm proud to say my bipartisan Small Business Child Care Investment Act with Senator Rosen passed out of our committee just last week. The bill allows nonprofit child care providers, including religious nonprofits, to access the SBA loans. This legislation will create a greater number of affordable child care options, especially in rural areas like mine. And I will continue to advocate for this bill to be signed into law. Furthermore, accessing quality business training and coaching is critical to our women small business owners. By modernizing the Small Business Administration SCORE program, we will be giving entrepreneurs, especially our women entrepreneurs, access to quality mentorship. My SCORE Act of 2023, which revitalizes SBA's mentorship program by adding a team of women business leaders called the National Women's Business Coaches, will work alongside SCORE coaches and pair them with aspiring and existing entrepreneurs. These coaches will work to recruit individuals with expertise across all job industries to join the SCORE program. This will help guarantee our young entrepreneurs receive the relevant and productive assistance to support their path to success. Lastly, I want to highlight a critical bill I introduced to close loopholes that enable fraud in the Women-Owned Small Business Contracting Program. The Accountability in Women-Owned Small Business Contracting Act eliminates self-certification in the program and holds federal agencies to task by forcing department and agency heads to testify before Congress when they fail to meet their own women-owned small business contracting goals. Since much of the discussion today will focus on the SBA's Women Business Center program, and I'm glad for that. I am thankful that we're able to focus on this. But I want to be very clear about my priorities as we consider any potential reauthorization of this program. The distribution of program resources must be made more consistent across all states, especially in our rural areas. Mr. Chairman, I do commend you for having 4 women's business centers in Maryland, but I'm sure you can understand my frustration that in Iowa, we only have one center to service the entire state, and our state is very large. Many of my colleagues on the Republican side share my frustration that as the administration has added additional women's business centers to the program, they haven't seen the benefits in their own states, many of which, like mine, have only one service center. The placement of new centers and the allocation of taxpayer dollars by the SBA must be distributed broadly in the future. Again, I want to thank all of you very much for being here today, and I look forward to our discussion on how we can best serve our women entrepreneurs. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Well, Senator Ernst, thank you for your opening